Hi betting experts, on Saturday, February the 22nd, quite a varied card on ITV. On Saturday we've got some all-weather action from Southwell, bit of quality there. Kempton stage a brilliant card full of graded racing, while Newcastle stage their big handicap of the season, the Ida, at 2:10. We start off with our betting expert daily nap, sponsored by Priced Up Bet. This goes in the 3 o'clock at Kempton. It's the Grade 2 Dovecote hurdle over 2 miles, and I think Royce will love this test of speed going right-handed for Ben Pauling. Now, he's a very free-going horse. Works superbly at home. I don't think they've got a lot that can live with him at home, but he does race with the choke out so far. He's going to be aimed at Aintree, I think, in the spring, where the better ground will suit him. This looks a really good stepping stone. He got off the mark, having run 2 blinding races in defeat while looking tricky previously. He was allowed to stride on at Uttoxeter, still pulling hard, but he drew clear at halfway, had a breather, and then went on again to land the odds. It was quite an impressive performance. He's one of those horses, it's still early days with him. He's raw, but I suspect in this better company, a stronger gallop, it'll suit him. He might drop the bit for the first time under Ben Jones, and Kempton's all about speed. The right-handed track will suit him. I'm going to take a chance at around about 7-1. Our betting expert value angle selection, sponsored by Priced Up Bet, goes in the big handicap, the Ida, over 4 mile 1, the 2:10 at Newcastle. Lots of northern sluggards who are exposed here. I'm going to play win only on Choose the News from the excellent Robert Wolford-Yard. Now, Robert is a young trainer, well worth following, places his horses carefully. And this one needs decent ground, and I think it's going to be nearly a good ground Ida this year. The weather forecast, just a fairly light rain on Saturday, I think, at Newcastle. I think it'll be good to soft at worst, and that will suit Choose the News, whose only disappointing run came at the muddy ground at Carlisle. One start back. He was right back on song here when finishing second over 3 miles last time out, shaping really nicely. Now, he is into unknown territory here, but he's a very smooth traveller with a quirk or two. I'm hopefully he'll get switched off by Jamie Hamilton, who knows him really well, and that should help him see things out. I've no doubt he's got handicapping upside from this mark when the cards fall right, and I think he's worth chancing at a double-figure price that he'll see out this much longer trip. As I say, the yard's going well. They've had 3 winners in the last fortnight, and he is much less exposed after just 7 runs over fences than some of these northern sluggards. The remaining races on ITV on Saturday, we'll spin through them in time order. The 150 at Kempton, the Pendle, over 2 mile 4, a Grade 2 contest, and I think Rhubarb has been well placed here by Paul Nicholls. I thought he ran an absolute screamer, albeit possibly flattered when finishing second behind Lotus Sud at Warwick last time out in the Kingmaker. Probably Harry Skelton rather overdid things and went too soon on Lotus Sud, but the pair of them flew round the track, and Rhubarb rallied really gamely to finish second. I think he's the form pick here, and going right-handed on decent ground will suit Harry Cobden booked. I suspect he'll go forwards and try and make all the running here. Staying at Kempton for the Adonis at 2:25, a 2 mile Grade 2 that's cut up pretty badly. Well, Mondo Man was absolute stable nap when bumping into Lulamba at Ascot on his hurdling debut. I know they were all on Lumpies. Their best one at home. He's going to go for the Triumph hurdle, I believe. He's got lots of scope. He was too free at Ascot and he caught an absolute tartar. I think Lulamba's one of the bets of the meeting for the Cheltenham Festival coming up. And Mondo Man shaped really nicely despite not settling in the early stages. He looks a free-going sort. Kempton will be ideal, and the icing on the cake, well, Gary is absolutely flying now, having been dead. I think they've had 4 or 5 winners in the last 14 days. Much better form now than they were when Mondo Man made his hurdling debut. Over to Southwell, a couple of races on the all-weather. The 240, a listed spring over 5 furlongs. Small stakes for me here. You don't know what you're getting at this stage of the season. Which ones from the turf will be fit for this? But at least Valiant Force, you know he's fit. He won at Dundalk 15 days ago, blitzing some lesser rivals from the stalls at 11:08 on. That race fitness could be an asset here. David Egan booked. Hopefully he'll blast him out the stalls and try and make all. Staying at Southwell for the 3:15, 1 mile 3. Group 3 this, the Winter Derby. Perhaps it's not quite what it was when they used to run it at Lingfield, but still it's an interesting race with the top yards represented. I liked Persica last season. He improved out of handicap company up to listed and group prizes. I mean, he was outclassed final, run 8th in that Group 1, but he'd run well all season. He's totally unexposed on the all-weather, just 2 starts, winning at Kempton before he got going last season. I should think he'll be fit. Sean Levy's been booked since declarations. He's bound to run well. And finally, back to Kempton for a really competitive handicap chase at 3.35 over 3 miles. Well, Our Power represents a yard going well. Sam Thomas, a young trainer to follow. He is now 10 Our Power, but he's relatively low mileage. I think he's run 2 cracking races at Cheltenham, not seen to best effect behind Chantry House last time out. He's won 4 from 12 over fences so far. This track absolutely ideal, as we saw when he won this race last year under an inspired ride from Sam Twiston Davies. He's got the very capable Dylan Johnson claiming on him this afternoon with conditions to suit. 8-1, I think he's bound to run well. Best of luck with all 7 ITV races on Saturday, betting experts, and please do check out our sponsor, Priced Up Bet, who do very good price boosts on all of these ITV races every Saturday.